Our ancestors did this. They gathered around with smiles and tears to remember again their youth, to recognize that their babies had grown and grown wise, to celebrate that we are one community, one humanity, one with the tapestry of existence. Let us rejoice in our time here together. Come, let us worship.
Someone else is supposed to do the first one. Yeah, our ancestors did this. Our ancestors did this. Our ancestors did this. They gathered around with smiles and tears to remember again their youth, to recognize that their babes had grown and grown wise, to celebrate that we are one community, one humanity, one with tapestry of existence. Let us rejoice in our time here together. Come, let us worship. Let us worship together. Welcome. What? I'm sorry. Oh. Good morning. My name is Huxley, and I am your worship associate. Welcome to... Welcome to All Souls Church Unitarian. Whether you're in the sanctuary or online, we welcome all who have gathered to be in the community with us today. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation, diverse in many ways, and our united belief the inherent worth and dignity of every person, and in the obligation to express our faith through acts of justice and compassion. You are welcome here, no matter who you are, where you come from, how you identify, who you love, or your background. You are welcome here. At some point, everyone walked in these doors or logged onto the Zoom for the very first time. Today may be your first day or your second time here, or you may have taken a hiatus and are now back anew today. Either way, we extend a warm welcome. If you are comfortable doing so, maybe you could raise your hand or give a wave here in the sanctuary or on Zoom so that we can give you an All Souls welcome. Are there any visitors or newcomers? Please turn your attention to the connection card enclosed in your order of service or posted in the chat. The connection card is our means of staying connected with you. Each week, it offers new opportunities for us to stay connected with each other. We want to know how you're doing. Support your engagement with this community and make communicating with us easier for you. We particularly appreciate visitors filling in your mailing address so that we can send you a gift. And first-time visitors, if you bring your connection card to the welcome table during coffee hour in Pierce Hall, across from the hall to my left, you will receive a free gift. We are so happy that you joined us here today. We pause today to honor the Piscataway people who have stewarded the waters and lands of this region, now known as Washington, D.C., for generations. We acknowledge the painful reality of their disposition, the enslaved peoples whose lives were exploited in the making of this city, and the ongoing legacy of imperialism. This truth calls us to accountability. As we build community rooted in justice, may we commit to supporting Indigenous sovereignty, and creating a space where we all thrive. Together, we may turn the reality of harm into action for repair and fostering relationships that resist erasure and uplift our shared humanity. As we honor the past and commit to justice in the present, we turn now to the covenant that binds us together, a shared promise of love, service, and community. Please rise in body or in spirit to speak our Sunday covenant together. Love is the spirit of our people, and service is our call to build the beloved community, to seek fuller truths in love, to dwell together in peace, to offer aid and affirmation, and to tend to our mutual well-being. This is our covenant. Now, in a spirit of community and joy, now is the time to greet those around you.
Good morning, everyone. We have a lot of good energy here today. My name is Lori Stone, and I serve the All Souls community as Manager of Member Engagement and Communications. And I am here today because part of our celebration is to welcome the latest new members who have joined our community since January of this year. So I want to recognize 22 people and some of us are here in the sanctuary, and if you would like to come forward at this time, I'd appreciate it. We're going to give you an extra special welcome. There's so many that we couldn't even fit them all on one screen, so these are the folks who couldn't be with us today, and the ones who are coming to be with us today are heading up now, and we even have one online who's joining us. Yay! We have more people joining us. Yay! It's so exciting. All right, so as Reverend Anastasia passes the mic, we are going to ask each of you to introduce yourselves, and just be sure to hold the mic kind of up to your mouth and speak into the top of it. Just give us your name and your pronouns. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Hodge. I'm from Germany. I use he, him pronouns, and I joined in February, I think, and then I had to go back to Germany for 2 months. It's good to be back.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Linda Greensfelder. I go by she, her, and I've lived in Washington for over 50 years, but have just discovered All Souls recently, and I'm a new member of maybe 1 month.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie Heyman. This is newest addition to the family, Modesto Luis, born 2.5 weeks ago. So, yeah, welcome. And she, her, we'll see.
And I'm the partner in all of this. And I'm Rafael Hernandez, he, him, and this is Ophelia Cordelia, who's a wonderful big sister.
Hi, my name is Claire Richey, she, her.
Hi, Becca Jones Albertus. We've been coming off and on for about 10 years and are glad to finally be members. She, her pronouns.
I'm Joshua, and I use he, him pronouns.
I'm Toby, and I use he, him pronouns.
I'm Isabel, and I use she, her pronouns.
And I'm Paul, and I use he, him pronouns.
I'm Jamie Fear, use she, her pronouns. Our kiddo Isaac is back there. They use they, them pronouns. We've been coming for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and we just became members earlier this spring.
And I'm Jeff Hatchard. I use he, him pronouns. Jamie's husband and Isaac's dad.
Joining us online is Anna Rothman. So we want to also welcome you. Thank you so much for coming in today. All right. Did everyone get a gift? Okay. So if you didn't, come to the welcome table after. We have more. We just weren't expecting so many folks to show up in person. Thank you so much. All right.
Reverend Rob Keithan, I have the pleasure of serving as Minister of Spiritual Growth and Justice here, and I use he, him pronouns. To join a Unitarian Universalist congregation is to enter into a covenantal relationship with the church and our liberal religious tradition, its members, and your own spiritual journey. One of the tasks of our religious community is to name the bonds that bind us together. So let us take part together in this litany of welcome. Today, we formally welcome you, new members, into the covenant of love and service that binds us together.
Will you join us in our covenant to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to offer aid and affirmation?
I will.
Congregation of All Souls, will you welcome these new members? As we welcome these new members, do you reaffirm your commitment to the covenant of love and service that binds us all together? We do. Will you strive with these new members to dwell in peace, to support their search for truth and love, and to seek mutual well-being? We do. And when we falter or fail, in our covenant, and we will seek forgiveness. We know that the love that binds us is large enough to hold our failures and our differences. Your presence adds significantly to this covenant. It's your. Oh, yes.
I'm just so excited. All right, so Leah, if you would join me. Sorry, I just took the spotlight off stage. That was my bad. So Leah Kravchinya, thank you so much for serving All Souls in this congregation in the last year as the membership secretary. You've helped so much in revitalizing and instituting the welcome team and helping us with membership recruitment and retention and just organization in all ways. Thank you for sharing your gifts. This is a gift from the congregation to you.
So this is a multi-generational service that's going to be led by our coming of age youth. But if you are someone 8 and younger who feels like they might enjoy cooperative play, particularly this morning, or might need to get some wiggles out, we invite you to follow Laura out to your classrooms. And otherwise, you're welcome to stay throughout the service, but know that's available. And I invite our members to rejoin us in the pews. Go now in peace, go now in peace.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Now the child turned 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 years and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And the years gone by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, with new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Saul Ulloa. My pronouns are they, them, and he, him. I'm one of the high school youth group facilitators, and I'm also serving as your liturgist today. First, more than a few announcements. We will be holding the annual All Souls Cookout today after service. We'll be out on the terrace with the playground, enter through the door by Pierce Hall. Our next Path to Membership class will be this Wednesday, June 18th, online from 7 to 9 p.m. It will be facilitated by Reverend Anastasia and RSVP via the connection card for the link. And as many of you know, we are currently in a period of transition for our church staffing and an evolution toward richer and more robust shared ministry to support our church operations. Over the summer, we want to start building a team of people who will help create and implement new ways of working together to provide Sunday morning hospitality. From making sure RE spaces are clean and set up, to making the coffee, to folding the programs. And during the week, there are opportunities to help provide a welcoming presence for visitors, keep our data and information up to date, and provide other support. And we're launching this effort next Sunday, June 22nd, with a program called Breakfast Buddies, a chance to learn about how our systems work, share some food, and shadow our staff as they prepare the building for Sunday worship. So watch your email for a link to sign up, or just plan to show up at 8:30 a.m. next Sunday for breakfast. And finally, the All Souls Migrant Solidarity Team is partnering with the Migrant Solidarity Mutual Aid Network on a training for volunteers on supporting people, both practically and emotionally, during ICE check-ins and court hearings. This kind of accompaniment can make a huge difference for people, from easing their anxiety to reducing the likelihood of detention. It will be held Saturday, June 28th from 9:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. in the All Souls Dining Room downstairs. Advanced registration is required, so check the connection card or go online for more information. And we now turn to some congregational care and concerns. We start with two broader concerns. First, for the Minnesota elected officials who were attacked, and one of whom was killed, and their spouse this weekend, and their families and communities. Second, for all the people impacted by questioning and protesting the out-of-control ICE actions and government use of force in recent weeks. And we turn now to cares for this community, also with some very sad news. Julia Hustwit and Marcus Louis were very much looking forward to welcoming their second child. And tragically, Auden Ren Louis died during childbirth. As a community, let us hold their grief with them, help them feel embraced and held by us. And we send so much love to them and to their whole family as they navigate this loss. Last week, we shared that Marianne Anderson was having a heart procedure. We are pleased to say that it went very well, and she is recovering well at home. Prayers that her healing continues. And we have two recent weddings among All Souls congregants. Congratulations to Johanna Butler and Isaiah Beaton, who were married by Reverend Rob. And congratulations to Tyler Dewey and Carly Smith, who were married by Reverend Anastasia. Tyler and Carly met through Young Souls here at All Souls, so you never know who you might meet. And a massive congratulations to both sets of newlyweds. May you know many years of love together. And because we sometimes hold concerns along with joys, Carly and Tyler ask for prayers for Tyler's sister Amanda, who was unable to attend their wedding due to life-threatening surgery. She is currently home, stable and recovering, and they look forward to celebrating their wedding with her once she is fully recovered. And finally, Carly and Tyler wanted to share that on this Father's Day, that Tyler is an expectant dad. Carly and Tyler expect their first child in November. And also a huge congratulations to Katie Heyman and Rafael Hernandez, who welcomed baby Modesto Louis, or Mo, via a healthy but excitingly fast home birth on May 28th. And we wish them and big sibling Amina all the best. I now invite you to lift up out loud in the chat or in the sacred silence of your heart the people, places, or causes that you carry with you here today. On this day, when we are recognizing our youth going through a rite of passage, let us also pause in prayer to remember their parents and family members who have played so many vital roles in each of their lives. We also offer this in honor of all of those celebrating Father's Day today. Blessed is the person who feeds and warms, washes and comforts a child and soothes them in illness, for they shall be called caregiver. Blessed is the person who gives shelter and food, clothing, toys, books and tools, for they shall be called provider. Blessed is the person who opens doors in the child's experience, who explains the puzzling and wonders at the mysterious, for they shall be called teacher. Blessed is the person who shields a child from that which will wither or warp, who protects a child from abuse and exploitation, who guards against bullying and scorn, for they shall be called defender. Blessed is the person who takes the time to listen, who is there for a child in the darkness, who is aware of the fears, who speaks the words of encouragement in moments of despair, for they shall be called sustainer. Blessed is the person who guides a child in the search for beauty, who encourages them at what is daunting, who steadies them as they explore new experiences, who fires their aspirations and their dreams, for they shall be called inspirer. Blessed are all these persons who help bring an infant along the many paths to maturity, for in them is the future well-being of humanity.
Good morning. I am Callie McGrath, and my pronouns are she, her. I have been a member of All Souls since 2022, and I have also had the honor of being a youth group facilitator for the past 3 years as well. And thank you. Thank you. So while the youth group has experienced a tumultuous return post-pandemic, similar to the broader church community, we may sometimes forget what the youth themselves have lived through, with years of missed opportunities and convenings to missed in-person convenings and opportunities to see themselves reflected in their peers, teachers, and communities that are so vital to their development. Still, the youth who have moved through our program these past few years, whether they will share a credo here today or not, have demonstrated resiliency, leadership, and shared governance, both independently and as a collective. Though they will speak to this more directly through their own credos and words, I will share an original poem that illustrates their strength and the gratitude I have to be a small part of each of their development, of their core beliefs, and sense of self in this pocket of the world we call All Souls. Resiliency. At All Souls, we mourn a line in the sky between a horizon of renewed memberships and years of barriers in mass and broken community. Tears drop one by one in the sanctuary, echoing, rebuilding. Trust, faith, and legacy. While pools of grief can turn to holy water, they can just as easily lead to mold, devastating the very foundation of the peace we sought to build. Still, youth gather in a basement, a corner in the attic, a space made to be someone else's classroom, parting the seas of sadness despite holding a place of sorrow in their soul. They find joy in jigsawing themselves into the blueprint, hope in humbly taking space in this sacred place. Though sparse in attendance at times, these young people's collective spirit warms the purpose of our being here, like a chalice in the heart of a city devastated by a wicked administration. They are often told no, shortly followed by a why. Soldiers marching towards the kind of shared governance this church hopes to stand on. They are firm in their belief that competition is friendly. And though everyone can't always win, we all will when we challenge one another's assumptions with humor, kindness, and time to grow. Leaders by nature, I see a blossom of wonder in each of their eyes. They speak with the authority of a proud lion in the jungle and rarely doubt the sound of their heart calling them home. Listen to the reverberations of their laughter from the balcony and the strength of their voice intertwining in this community like a vine through a forest. Though some days I want to shout, listen to the youth like the Lorax, I find my voice deafened by the drum of their steps stampeding to the pulpit, fully prepared to defend their own gifts of treasure, time, and talent to illuminate a path forward. A rainbow vision so vibrant, I see beams of light like a laser from this sanctuary through the crown of a canopy reaching all the way to the floor, touching each plant, shrub, and tree until finally, there it is, our root of resiliency, the youth. Thank you.
We have 6 coming-of-agers who are prepared to go across this threshold today. I'm going to invite their families to come up and present their coming-of-age youth to our congregation and to go through a ritual where they release them into this next stage towards adulthood, as represented by handing them an anchor, which their parents have held and now place that anchor in their youth's hand.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Isaacson.
And Daniel Walls. This is our son, AJ Isaacson.
Hi, Sunu Chandy, she, her.
Erica Simmons, she, her. And this is our daughter, Satya Simmons Chandy.
Hi, Ann Maxwell, she, her.
Mike Royce, Huxley's dad.
Louisa Smith, she, her.
Peter Smith, he, him, and our daughter, Sophia.
Kathleen Fort.
Dan Niven and our daughter, Bridget Niven.
Hi, I'm Susan Milner, she, her.
Chris Milner, he.
I'm the grandmam.
And this is our son, Graham Milner.
Once you were infants, dependent upon our love and the wisdom of others.
Now we are young adults responsible for our own decision-making.
Once you belonged to an environment of faith and values beyond your ability to alter or reject.
Now we have become meaning makers.
Once you had few choices.
Now your choices are many, sometimes frightening, and always with long-range consequences. We choose our path.
Once we were your anchor. We were your safe harbor. We held you close in calm waters so you could learn what you needed to from us, to be kind and curious, thoughtful and reflective, to do your best, be courageous, and to forgive yourself and be compassionate to others.
Recognize that now you are ready to begin planning your own journey. We give you this anchor. This is yours. You now can judge to what and to whom to anchor. We stood by you in the past, and we stand with you now. We offer you our continuing love, even as we let you navigate your own world.
Our coming-of-age families.
Hi, everyone. My name is Huxley. I'm 15 years old, and I've been a part of All Souls since I was 7. But before that, I went to a UU church in Chicago. I have been a UU my whole life. As you grow up, your beliefs change. You grow up and understand more about the world and where you stand in it. I don't think that ever stops. As you have more life experience, you change. We all do. It's inevitable. One thing that was hard for me, and I'm sure many others, was navigating that change. Learning how to be yourself, even when things change. This is going to be my credo, and I don't just want to talk about my beliefs. I want to take my own spin on it. So, These are 5 things I've learned over my lifetime. Number 1, I learned that you don't have to pray to be spiritual. You don't have to do the things that other people do to fit in. The way you practice your religious views or spirituality does not have to be the way other people do. For me, I have never felt the need to pray or meditate. I'm definitely more spiritual than I am religious. And I'm also 15 and don't have everything in my life figured out. I don't think most people know everything, no matter how old you are. My grandma used to take me to midnight mass at her Catholic church on Christmas Eve, and I always felt out of place. We would walk in and we would sit in the pews, and you would have those little kneeling guards. And I would get down on that kneeling guard and I would think, how do you pray? What is praying? I never felt like I did it right, but what is the right way? My point is that you are allowed to view your spiritual or religious beliefs any way you want, even if you go to a specific faith church. Number 2, you are allowed to have different beliefs than your parents or family members. That might be controversial to some people, but I've always thought, sure, yeah, you want your child to go to church or participate in Easter Sunday. But when they're an adult, why hold them back from becoming their own person and figuring out their own beliefs? You don't have to understand or agree with your child's views or opinions, but what you can do is support them. Both of my parents have different beliefs, and they still support each other. I do think that if you're religious and go to church, I would bring my child until they are old enough to make their own decisions. I believe that church is a good place to learn and grow and get support from others in your community. Number 3, you are never too young to make a difference. I actually think that our society is starting to listen to the younger generations. After all, we are the future of this world. I take the metro to school every day, and when you walk out of Gallery Place Station, there is a teenage boy up on the balcony, and he has a megaphone, and he has a sign next to him, and he keeps chanting, "Turn to God, bro." And every day, I walk past him with my headphones on, listening to my own music, thinking, who is actually listening to you? We're all listening to our audiobooks, listening to a podcast, listening to Gracie Abrams. But when you step outside of Gallery Place, many times a week, I see a couple people from a Christian church. And they have a little cart that has different little pamphlets in it telling you about their church. And they wait there quietly for you to come up to them and talk to them about their beliefs. And I see so many more people engage with them than that megaphone dude. I've walked up to them. It's so much better to walk up, it's so much more inviting to walk up to someone that is respectful and wants to talk to you respectfully. I see so many more people also talk to them because they are respectful, not aggressive, and not shouting into a megaphone. Lead with kindness and patience, not aggression and force. Number 4, forgiving yourself for your mistakes is a radical act of love. I tend to feel guilty and beat myself up for things that I have done in the past. I dwell on it for years, thinking about what I could have done better. And what I've learned from that is that letting these things eat you alive is not going to make them better or solve them. Forgive yourself for the past. You are constantly changing, and all you can do is make a promise to yourself to do better for your future. And if you can, try to make what you did right, even if it isn't changing the exact thing you did. Number 5, you do not have to follow in your parents' mistakes. This is not about these parents. I'm adopted. I would like to make that clear. My parents are great. I love them. Thank you, guys. But when I was a kid, I think a lot of kids do this. When they give you a punishment or consequence or send you to your room, you storm upstairs saying, I would never do that to my kid. But one thing I have learned in therapy is attachment styles. The way you are raised shapes your attachment style. From the second you are born, when you enter this world, the nourishment of your mother who raises you, that shapes how you grow up. It affects how you handle friendships and relationships. Some people run away from confrontation. Some people run away when someone tries to make a relationship with you. Some people get attached quickly and hold on so tight. I won't go into each one, but it is interesting to learn about the way you were raised and how it affects everything in your relationship and in your life. If you want to look more into that, there's a quiz online based off the attachment theory. I love the quiz. I find it so interesting. You can search up attachment style quiz and it'll be the first one that pops up. In conclusion, it is so easy to say all this and preach it, but it is a million times harder to put these into practice. I don't think anyone has mastered their whole life, no matter how old you are. So, thank you for listening.
Good morning, friends. My name is AJ Isaacson. I've been a member of All Souls Church for nearly 15 years, and I'm proud to say that I'm a Christian. I believe in God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I know that might be a bit surprising in this room, maybe even a little uncomfortable, but I'm not here to preach, argue, or convert anyone. I'm here to share what I believe and why it matters to me. I believe in God, not because I grew up with the idea, but because I've felt his presence. I've questioned my faith, I've doubted, and I've had moments where I wondered if anyone was really listening. But again and again, I've found that in my hardest moments, when I've prayed, not always with perfect words, but with honesty, things worked out. Not always the way I expected, but always in a way that felt right in the end. Whether it was a difficult test I thought I'd fail, or something going on in my personal life, I found that trusting God helped me carry the weight. He gave me peace when I needed it the most. That's not a coincidence to me. That's grace. I don't believe blindly either. My faith is grounded in evidence too. One reason I believe in Jesus is because of the people who followed him, his disciples. These were real people with real doubts who lived in a dangerous time to be telling the story they told. But they still shared it boldly, and they didn't gain power or wealth from it. In fact, many were imprisoned, beaten, and even killed, and yet they never took it back. To me, that matters. You don't suffer like that for something you know is a lie. The New Testament wasn't written hundreds of years later, like some who claim. It's based on eyewitness testimony recorded in the lifetimes of those who saw Jesus firsthand. And when you read it, not just as scripture, but as historical testimony, it becomes hard to ignore. That's why I trust it. That's why I believe in Jesus, not just because of what he taught, but because of the truth that those around him lived and died to share. One of the most powerful experiences I've had was through my time at St. Luke Lutheran Church. I saw people who were hurting and struggling just to get by, but we came together as a community. No judgment, no conditions, and we handed out food to the poor. In that moment, I saw God, not as a distant figure, but as a living presence among us. I saw him in the unity and in the kindness and in the love that filled that room. That's what my faith looks like in real life, and it was beautiful. Some people think of God as a judge, as someone looking down on us, just waiting for us to mess up. But the God I believe in isn't watching to punish us. He's waiting to embrace us. The God I believe in is patient, compassionate, and full of love. He doesn't love people because they're perfect. He loves them because they're people. And I know that when some people think of Christianity, They often think of judgment or exclusion. They think of people being shamed or looked down on, or told they don't belong. But I believe that that kind of Christianity misses the point. Jesus didn't come for the perfect. He came for the broken, the forgotten, and the doubted. He loved the people that the world tried to push away, and that's the kind of faith I want to live, one that lifts people up, not tears them down. I believe that every single person is equal in the eyes of God, regardless of what you believe, or where you come from, or what you've been through. You are loved, you matter, and you were created with a purpose. For me, faith isn't about knowing all the answers. It's about trusting that I don't have to carry everything on my own. It's about believing that love is more powerful than fear, and that grace is real, and that we're all connected by something greater than ourselves. So yes, I believe in God. I believe in the divinity of Jesus Christ, and I believe that faith is not a reason to separate ourselves from one another, but a reason to grow closer. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm just here to share what changed my life and maybe challenge the idea that God is just judgment. I believe that he is love. And now I can't go deep into all of my different beliefs, but if you'd like to talk with me about it later, I'd be happy to do so. So whether you believe the same as I do or not, I hope you walk away knowing that you are loved by God and by people like me. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sophia Smith. I'm 17 years old, and I've been a member of this church for all my life. I had my baby dedication right there. I've grown up learning about 7, really 8 UU principles, and 2 years ago, I even went to the General Assembly as a youth delegate of this church to vote on a new set of values. Even so, I come here to say, I believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, the first UU principle. I believe that people matter, and we don't get to pick and choose which ones. Yes, people matter. That is the foundation of my faith. Years ago, I wouldn't describe this belief as a faith. I felt like faith was a word reserved for God, for something out there, elusive and mysterious. The classic UU principles felt a lot more like common sense. Taking care of each other and the planet through justice, compassion, the democratic process, and searching for the truth, of course that's good. So I want to talk about whether that's true. Even at my school, we have a similar set of values. We say words matter, ideas matter, people matter. I think we all agree on that, but we still disagree about a lot of things. One time I was talking with my friend Alice, and I was thinking it's just kind of weird the way we talk about rights. Did women really gain the right to vote once someone else signed a piece of paper? I feel like they had just as much of a right to fair treatment as I do today. And Alice pushed me on it, as she always do, and she asked why. I said, everyone is born with a certain set of rights, human rights. And she asked, who put them there? And I was like, they're God-given rights. Heard that term thrown around before? Yeah, God-given rights. And she responded, I don't believe in God. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, neither do I. I didn't know what to say, because really, I don't believe in God, I believe in humanity. I believe we have an inherent value. So I told her, never mind. We have these rights from birth because we have inherent worth and dignity. And again, she asked, who put it there? So I thought to myself, damn, maybe I do believe in God. I really wanted to explain my beliefs, to prove them somehow. I don't think of myself as a religious person. It challenged the core of my identity to think I believe something without proof.
I ended up telling Alice about the UU principles, how I grew up with these ideas at my core. And I realized I bring the UU principles with me into these conversations, whether I know it or not. And I was a little shocked. Me, bringing preconceived notions from my religion into conversations. I thought only other people could do that. And more than that, I couldn't prove it to her. I still can't. We don't have inherent worth and dignity because the government or the UA says so. Now that the bylaws have changed, it doesn't make the principles any less true, not to me at least. And it's not because our actions on the whole can be observed scientifically to prove, yes, humanity is worthy. The whole bit is that it's inherent. There is no adjudicator. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. We are worthy from the start. That's why it's the first principle. And this idea of having first principles has been around for a really long time. This year in my humanities class, we read some Aristotle, as we do. Aristotle used the Greek word he arche to mean principle or starting point. In Nicomachean Ethics, he talks about the importance of getting your starting points right. He says, the beginning is more than half the whole, because they determine what follows. Our arguments depend on having well understood, clearly defined starting points. And in posterior analytics, he talks about how every field of knowledge, mathematics, science, philosophy, they all build on previous knowledge. Each layer of human knowledge relies on a layer below it. And since we mortals can't go on infinitely, Aristotle argues that there has to be a starting point. To get any intellectual work done, we must start with something that can't be proven. Before Newton wrote his laws of physics, he had to believe that physical phenomena are consistent in the first place. And having a starting point doesn't make Newton's laws any less scientific, it just makes him human. As humans, we all have to start somewhere. Let us start with acknowledging the value in each other. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bridget and I'm 15 years old. I'll be honest, I'm unsure what exactly my religious or spiritual beliefs are, but when it comes to just belief, I know I believe in balance. Ever since I was young, I've loved nature and watching documentaries about it. This adoration for nature was my first experience with balance, as the circle of life in itself is balanced. Predator, prey, biodiversity, extinction, life, and death. Too much creation of life means the destruction of life, and too much destruction of life means the creation of life. Nature is balanced. This planet that we all survive on is inside the Goldilocks zone. It is neither too close nor too far from the sun. It is in a balanced state of hot and cold. The biggest theory on how our sun was created, and this is a theory, was that it was made of the remnants of stars that were previously destroyed. Earth is balanced. If you put your index finger and your middle finger on your other arm's wrist, the side under your thumb, you will feel your pulse. That beating rhythm keeps you alive. It is the pumping of blood throughout your body. Millions of those blood cells are destroyed every second, and millions of those blood cells are created every second. Cells that die most often do because they themselves become damaged or dangerous. They must be destroyed to allow other cells to keep you alive. You are balanced. Each one of these has something in common with the other: creation and destruction. For balance in life to be maintained, creation and destruction must also be maintained. The only thing that we know cannot be created or destroyed in this universe is matter itself. Creation and destruction is balance. Thank you.
My name is Satya Chandy, and I made a video that I think will be played up here soon, so yeah. My name is Satya Chandy, and this is my credo. Both sides of my family grew up Christian, and I'm dedicated to this faith. My parents brought me to this church starting in 2014 when I was about 5 years old. I've had so many fun memories being at this church, and some of the memories include helping with baby dedication, working with Miss Dolores, who was a past RE director a couple years ago, for Story for All Ages, and many other things, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. Other memories include being part of the children's choir for many years with Miss Jen, and doing that during the pandemic, which was very hard, but I had so much fun doing it. We basically sent in recordings of many songs that were merged together into a virtual choir, and the results were amazing. My key relationships. Some of the relationships that have had an impact on me are my friends, my cousins, my uncles, aunts, parents, and grandparents. Altogether, these relationships have taught me to be myself and that I don't need to worry so much about what others may think. My friends have taught me loyalty is key in a friendship. This means being there for each other, not leaving when someone is at their low points. I have uncles and aunts, including the close friends of my parents, and they have taught me not to be afraid no matter what the world throws at you, because they know I'm strong and they know I can take on challenges. My younger cousins have taught me that I'm a good big sister and I'm someone they look up to. They always want me to hang out with them, and I enjoy helping to take care of them. They show me how much fun they enjoy being young kids, and I love to observe them having fun in their youth. My grandparents in Chicago have taught me to pray before meals and thank God every day. They also taught me to listen to my parents and to try my best in all things, which I try. My parents have taught me how important telling the truth is, the importance of trust, and that it's okay to make mistakes as long as we can grow from them. They have also taught me to consider my actions to make sure I am promoting good habits and not retaliating against others. They really, really encourage me to make positive choices each day, and I am dedicated to doing that. My future hopes and dreams are that I will complete high school successfully and go on to be a graphic designer and work for a good company or a small business, whatever works. I hope to have a family when I grow up and have a lot of friends around me. And most of all, I hope I have a good future waiting for me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Graham Milner. You might have seen me in the youth choir, at Weekend on the Bay, or playing drums in service. I've been a part of All Souls since I was born. Nature has always played a big part in my life. From family camping trips to camping with scouts, I've always loved being outside. I also go to a summer camp every year. Last year, as part of camp, I spent 3 weeks backpacking with a group of 12 people I had never met in my life. I want to tell you a story on that trip, and I hope it won't be too boring. One night on our trip, we were told about this lookout about a mile up the trail. It was supposed to be amazing, and we all decided to wake up early the next morning and try to get to the lookout before sunrise. The next morning, we all woke up early to an alarm on someone's watch and packed up. Some people were hesitant. They didn't think the view would be worth losing 2 hours of sleep, but we were able to convince them, and we packed up camp. We climbed up the mountain, and it was very steep. At some points, we were climbing up rebar ladders that a helpful someone had put in the rocks. We started to worry that we would miss the sunrise as light started to peek through the mountains in the distance. Once we made it to the top, we took all of our pack stuff, but on top, there was a big rock that we climbed on top of. After all of this hard work, we sat in a line on the rock, overlooking a valley. This was the most beautiful sunrise I'd ever seen. There was enough fog that anywhere you looked, the sun perfectly reflected off every single water droplet to form a golden haze around us. The cold air from the valley cooled us off from our hike. At this time, we were all silent. It wasn't planned. Everyone just knew this was special. At this time, all of our work to get people up and climb up this mountain was worth it. It felt like there was someone who felt our effort and pain and rewarded us with this experience. My soul felt intertwined with nature at this moment. At this time, the journey we had all just been on together had made me feel closer to my friends. These people I didn't know a week before this were now some of my closest friends. All of us went through the struggle together, and we were rewarded. Two things I took away from this moment, and hope you took away from this, is to find the beauty in the world around you and appreciate it. During times I'm usually bored, I put on my headphones or talk to people on my phone, or just think in my head to myself. But one way I can find the beauty in the world is to focus on the things around me. Don't focus on the things that happened yesterday or what you have to do today. Take this time to experience the moment. Look at the trees, the leaves, the flowers, and think about how lucky you are to live with these beautiful things. Also, I urge you to find a time in your calendar to just go outside. Just put it down, invite a friend if you don't think you can follow through, and just go outside. This will help us all appreciate our planet. And it is only when we learn to appreciate something that we take care of it. Not only does this benefit the planet, but it benefits us, because gratitude is good for your soul. Thank you.
My name is Laura Prophet. I am the DRE, and I would like to invite our youth who just delivered their credos to stand one more time to be recognized. The credos you heard today are actually the result of 6 months of work, probably more. But they're the result of our youth showing up. They're the result of our youth thinking, considering, talking to each other. They're the result of deep thought that sometimes we think youth may not be capable of, but I think we know that they are. This is also the work of families, the families who have brought their youth to All Souls or other UU churches. This has been the work of our youth facilitators who have guided and questioned and supported our youth. This has been the work of our RE volunteers throughout the years who have given their time and their energy to helping our youth learn more about Unitarian Universalism and how to live Unitarian Universalism values, but also that they're important and their thoughts matter and that we want to know what they think. So as we enjoy this one service today, I just wanted to recognize everything that has gone into it. And thank you all. Those credos, I love hearing credos because I always think of things I've never thought of before. Now, I invite you to turn your attention to the reflection question on your connection card. Connection cards are the blue sheets in your order of service. This week, Anastasia is inviting you to reflect on the question that she posed to the youth in formulating their credo statements. What do you have the utmost confidence or faith in? As the music plays, you're invited to contemplate and reflect on how you would answer this question. Please fill out both sides of the card.
All Souls has a practice of sharing our plate with a worthy organization in our community. June's recipient is the Advocates for Trans Equality Education Fund, a trans-led organization whose policy experts, litigators, and community organizers work to ensure that trans voices are not only heard, but embraced in rooms where they have been long ignored. They help the trans community navigate the realities of law and policy through vital tools, knowledge, and services. Thank you for your giving generously to All Souls and our broader community. Your gifts, along with any connection cards, will now be gratefully received.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't watch your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are, but won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are glorious. When sharpest words won't cut me down, when the send the flood comes drowning out, I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and march it on to be a drum. streets wanna cut me down. Gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
This morning, we will bridge 2 of our youth into adulthood. Please, bridging youth, come forward. I invite you to introduce yourselves and share any words you wish with the congregation that helped raise you.
Hello, I am Ella Tamashasky. I was dedicated at All Souls, and I am so grateful to have spent my childhood at All Souls in RE with Dolores and with James, and in choir with Miss Jen and Miss Rochelle and with Keith.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm so grateful to have grown up in this community. It's brought me so much strength and joy, all the more so because it's where I met Ella.
So, as Sophia mentioned, this is the very spot in which she was dedicated as a child. And we are going to bless you with the 4 elements again to help bridge you into adulthood. We bless you with fire for the flame of insight. May you know that the strength of your ideas and the force of your articulation of them are what shapes history. May you always seek fuller truths with the spirit of love in your heart. There's an old world tradition of always taking a bit of home with you. So here is earth from our sacred grounds. We rise from the earth. That is what Adam means, to be of this earth. May you know wherever you go, you carry this place with you. It guides your footsteps, and may you always feel that the earth you are on is your beloved home. Sometimes life will come at you and give you a body blow that knocks you down. And so for those moments, I want you to remember the sacredness of the breath. From the first breath you ever breathed in to the breath that you suck into your lungs, to remember that you are alive and here, and your life and breath is holy. Water. Works the same on babies as with adults. This is great. When you speak, may your words be thoughtful, honest, inspiring, necessary, and kind. We have seen you grow into adulthood, And when we are a child, we give you a bud, not yet bloomed, and we hand you this rose with thorns because we know you could handle the pricks and challenges of life. May you know you are thus blessed. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit to sing with us verses 1 and 4 of Come Sing a Song With Me. I'm going to invite Sophia and Ella's families to come up behind them and place a hand on their shoulder or back in an act of blessing. And now I'm going to invite our coming of age youth and their families to come forward, and you can lay a hand on them or on someone touching them. And I'm going to invite our choir to come in and help fill out this inner part. Come forward. Come towards the center, choir. Come this way. This way, this way. Center, 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 center. And then I'm going to invite the congregation from the balcony or the floor to reach your hands towards someone maybe in the choir who's standing close enough. Wonderful. For these words of blessing. Look at the hands and the people who are supporting you. The faces recognizing and blessing you. When we look at you, we do not see our future, we see our now. Breathe that in. You, in this moment, are our collective now. Every once in a while, we actually get to see the interdependent web of life of which we are a part. Here it is. And at this moment, you are at the center of it because you have some important things to do. And we want you to be prepared. Know that you are already enough, more than enough for what comes. Breathe that in. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you've imagined. Breathe in the fullness of that possibility. We know that life can be hard. It can and has rocked all of our worlds. You will try, and sometimes you will even fail. You will lose someone you love. You will feel confused and lost. Each of us here have. We are here to speak to that person. Know that you do not need to be enough, that this web of life and connection, this community, this family, is holding you up, refusing to let you fall, that we will truly never let you go. With us, you will never hit rock bottom. Breathe that in. We know that you each have been given gifts and that these gifts are needed in the world. So we set you forth out into it. Carry forth our shared faith and be the blessing that you are. You are the gift. Breathe that in. So go from this place full of the spirit of life and love. I invite us to make a bridge to send them out forthwith with our hands. Woo!